Remember,
You're a wizard.
On second thought, let's not
You're the
camera.
big one, holy.
Still princesses.
Time travel, as you wish.
To infinity and beyond! Can. Whoa! Oh, wow, you flew magnificently.
I found my moving buddy.
Thank you. Thank you all. Thank you.
That wasn't flying. That was falling with style.
In the mid-1990s, computers were taking over everything. And it seemed only a matter of time before storytelling media took advantage of this advanced technology. Computer animation had already been used before, of course, but at some point someone said, hey, why can't we use this technology to make a movie? And thus we have Toy Story, released in 1995 by Disney and Pixar Animation Studios, directed by John Lasseter, and starring Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. And in 2007, the American Film Institute felt it necessary to place this movie on their top 100 greatest films of all time list. And so today, I'm here to ask, what's all the fuss about? I'll admit, I was surprised and actually rather pleased to see Toy Story on the amended list. Because as far as being considered great and being taken seriously, Toy Story has three things going against it. It's a fantasy, it's animation, and it's for kids. But thankfully, the American Film Institute was able to see that this is, in fact, a great movie. You're probably all familiar with the story, but here's the basic rundown. When you leave the room, your toys come to life. This movie, as well as its two sequels, specifically follow the toys of a young boy named Andy. His favorite toy is a cowboy doll named Woody. That is until one of his birthdays, when he receives the gadget-packed, technologically advanced action figure called Buzz Lightyear. And suddenly it's looking as though Woody is about to be replaced as Andy's favorite toy. But Buzz, as it happens, does not comprehend that he is a child's plaything. He thinks that he is the actual Buzz Lightyear.
It's the real Buzz Lightyear.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Oh, no. Buzz, look, an alien! Where? Ah!
And actually, in a way, both of these characters are fighting the same issue, and it's an issue that continues to be explored in the next two sequels. Woody seems to be becoming irrelevant to Andy. Andy doesn't want to play with him as much anymore because he's got his shiny new toy. But Buzz, when he discovers that he is just a toy, thinks that he is irrelevant because he's not a space ranger, he's just a toy. In addition to the rich characters in this story, the premise is incredibly creative. I mean, whoever came up with this idea is a genius. This idea is just full of storytelling opportunities. It's part of the reason why both the sequels of Toy Story were so good. And the issues that these characters are fighting are relatable issues, the idea of becoming irrelevant, because I think that's something that everybody fears. And looking past the incredible story and characters and everything, look at the animation. And I'm not even talking about the computer part of the animation, just the attention to detail in the animation. Every single frame is scrutinized. Everything has so much detail. There's always something going on in the background. Nothing is ever just written off. It makes it look a lot more real, and to be honest, if you look at the animation in Toy Story and the animation in Toy Story 3, there is a huge difference. The animation in Toy Story 3 is a lot better. But even though it's over 15 years old, this animation still looks really good because of that attention to detail, which has absolutely nothing to do with the computerized aspect of it. So, what is all the fuss about? Well, yes, of course, this was the first fully animated, full-length feature film. But there's more to it than that. This could have very easily been a film that relied solely on the advanced technology to carry it. To just say, hey, we've got this computer animation, it's not like we actually have to try with the story, people are going to come and see it anyway. I have seen films that have done that, and yes, they look absolutely wonderful, but in 5-10 years, the technology becomes obsolete and they don't look as wonderful anymore. And so all you're left with is uninteresting characters and an uninspiring story. This film does not do that. The characters are interesting, the story is brilliant, the premise is incredibly creative, and the animation is incredibly detailed. They didn't just set out to make a technologically advanced film here, they set out to make a good film, to tell a good story. You can tell that the characters and story came first. Pixar Animation has produced some great films in the past 15 years. And I'll be perfectly honest and say that I personally think that Toy Story 2 and Toy Story 3 are better than the original Toy Story. But if not for the original Toy Story, then those two movies wouldn't even exist. So I can definitely understand why AFI put it on the top 100 list, and I definitely think that the fuss is merited. On the worth meter, this film gets a worth owning. I would definitely encourage you, if you for some reason have not seen this movie, to go see it. And that does it for this episode of What's All the Fuss About? Next time we'll be looking at number 98 on the top 100 list, Yankee Doodle Dandy. Until then, this is the Mad Hatter reminding you to take good care of your toys, because if you don't, they'll find out.